Flosstube. My name is Lacey, and this is my channel, The Sleepy Stitcher. If you're new here, this is a totally random video for you to have stumbled upon. It's not one of my typical updates. This is just kind of a plans video of what I'm going to be doing for the next month or two or however long. And if you're not new here, then you're probably laughing at me right now, and that's totally fine because I'm laughing at myself. And you're probably also not surprised that I'm doing this. I know I just filmed like 3 days ago, and I was like, oh, Flosstube Frenzy looks like a lot of fun, and I'm going to watch you guys do it, and I'm going to enjoy that, but I'm not doing it. And here I am, and I'm doing it. So let me just say that in my defense, I'm a sucker for a good stitchy game, and I still consider myself to be very new to the Flosstube community. I've barely been filming for over a year, and the FOMO, fear of missing out, is real. I have it bad. So, like, if there's something fun, some game or whatever going on in the Flosstube community, I want to be a part of it. I like throwing myself into this community, and I like just connecting and bonding with people over the games we're playing and the different things. So, here I am, I'm doing it. It actually, I remind myself of, I'm like the stitchy version of this friend I have. Anytime we would be at like an event, a ladies' event or whatever, someone would say, I need a volunteer. And she would throw her hand up, and then they would say what for. And she would almost always be like, oh, I did not want to do that. And I'm like, then why did you volunteer? And why do you keep doing that? But that's me. I'm like, oh, stitchy game, I want to play. So most of you, or a lot of you, probably have already heard about Flosstube Frenzy. If not, I'll try to give a short recap. Um, and if you don't want to hear about it, just skip ahead a minute or two or something. Flosstube Frenzy is a stitchy game where you pick Flosstubers and you assign each of them a project of yours. And then when they film a video, you owe that project some stitches, whether that's a certain number of stitches, a certain amount of time, or whatever the case may be. It's very customizable because you pick your own Flosstubers, you pick your own projects, and you pick how much you stitch. So it was started by the Alchemist Stitcher, and then a lot of other people have taken it and changed it. Some people are putting a lot more detail and rules in it and making it very intricate. Like if they start a new project, I'm going to do this. And if they say this, whatever, making it very intricate. And then there's people like me. I'm going to play it very casually because I just stopped spinning a wheel. Right before that, I had just stopped doing temperature stitching. And I kind of just wanted to do whatever and not let anything tell me what to stitch. But I'm gonna do this very casually, enough to be in it and playing it and having fun and not feel like I'm missing out, but not so much that I'm like, oh, this is a job and I need to get these stitches and I need to do this and da, da, da. I don't want to do that to myself. So I've picked 10 Flosstubers, which are by no means all of the Flosstubers I watch. I watch lots of Flosstubers, but I've picked 10 whose videos I do not miss one episode of ever. And there are more that I don't miss episodes of, but these are just the 10 that I picked for this game. And they've each got a project. And when they film an update, my plan is to pull that project out and do roughly 30 minutes on it minimum. If I love it and I want to do way more, awesome. If I can't make it to the 30 minutes because whatever, that's okay too, as long as I put some stitches in it and I try. But roughly 30 minutes because that's definitely doable. So I'm going to tell you guys in alphabetical order the Flosstubers I've picked. I'll show you the project I've picked for them, and then I'll kind of explain why. So in alphabetical order, the first Flosstuber I've picked is Alicia at Adventures of Stitching. Hi, Alicia. And the project for her is going to be Treasure Hunt Bookshelf by Amy Stewart. Because, well, I sent her a bunch of projects and I was like, hey, Alicia, which project would you want to be dedicated to you? And she picked between this one and another one, and I picked this one. So this is my starting point before all of this. And I'm going to try to remember actually today, right now, when I'm done filming, to take before pictures and save them in a little album to their self. Just so whenever I do quit this game, I can just see how much progress I got, just for fun. So, all right, Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. This has just got the first page done. This is actually done 1/110 stitch on 40 count. And if I'm not mistaken, Alicia is also another one of the crazies that has done or does do 1/110 on 40 count. So it's another good reason for this project to be with her. Now, I'm not going to give you guys like stats and details on all of the projects in this video. I just kind of want to show you what I'm doing. But if you have questions about them, you can ask me in the comments. You can ask me on Instagram or on my new Facebook group that I just made that I'm having a lot of fun with. And I'll link all of that in the description. So the next floss tuber I picked is Dark X Stitch. Hi, Nadia. The project I picked for her is Hogwarts because obviously she charted this project. So, and it's free if you want it. Go to her Facebook group. So here is where my starting point will be on this. I think this is 3 pages, and the castle is a lot in the next page, so that's exciting. I will say Nadia just posted a couple of days ago, and she only posts once a month, so I'll probably only pull this out for her once or twice, but that's okay. Another reason this works is because I'm going to be stitching on this for other things, so I don't need to pull it out a ton of times for this game. All right. And then next, oh, I don't have anything to pick up. Next, we have Dawn Marie, who is probably half of the reason I'm doing this because she was doing it and she kept talking about it and it was getting me all excited and I wanted to do it. And she's always the enabling friend to like push me to do things. So for Dawn Marie, I don't have progress to show you because this one's a new start and I'm starting it in like 2 days with her. This is the quick stitch version of the Grand Butterfly Ball by Amy Stewart. And I was going to start the regular one. She didn't like the detail, so she requested the quick stitch, and I was still going to start the regular until I saw the quick stitch, and it looks so good. The detail's so much better. So I got that one as well, and we're starting it. So anytime Dawn Marie posts, and I think she might be posting weekly. I don't know, if not, at least bi-weekly, which is cool. I'm going to get some work on this, so that is exciting. Next up, we have Maggie at Homemade on the Ridge. Hi, Maggie. I love Maggie's videos. So, me and Maggie did a stitch along together. Oh gosh, like almost a year ago now when I first started doing Flosstube, and that's how we became friends and started chatting on Instagram. And now she's just one of my best stitchy friends, and I adore her. So, for Maggie, I'm going to stitch on Winter Bonfire Night because when I did my birthday start last year, she joined in on it by starting her first ever full coverage project, and this was my birthday start. So just fitting, and this is my starting point on this. I've been stitching it. I started stitching it after doing the first page. I was going to go all the way across 20 stitches high, but I'm about to change it to 30 or 40, probably 30, because I've realized that I'm still not going to touch a lot of the fun colors unless I go down a little more. So probably going to start doing that. So that's for Maggie. And all of these Flosstubers, of course, will be tagged in the description of this video, and you absolutely should go watch every single one of them. All right, and then next I have In Stitches with Ebony. I love her updates, and she actually just posted a video today, and I was watching part of it. I haven't finished it yet, so I will go ahead and stitch this a little bit today because I am starting today. So anyone that posted yesterday or the day before, I'm not going to do that. I'm starting today. And Princess of the Sea, I picked this one because Ebony is one of the few Flosstubers I know that really likes to stitch things with lots of light colors and creams and whites and stuff. And I appreciate that because I don't like doing it, but I like looking at the finished product. So Princess of the Sea, it has a lot of the lighter tones and stuff in it. So I thought that was fitting for Ebony. So I'm going to put this one to the side because it needs a little work today. All right, and then next up is the Max Color Stitcher, Anne. Hi, Anne. So for Anne, I picked A True Love for 2 reasons. One, because she's also stitching it, kind of absolutely have to, and Anne posts weekly, always posts weekly, never fails. And this is a gift stitch that really needs to get some good progress in, so I'm always looking for reasons to get some extra stitches in on it. So, and it's going really good and going really far. So getting really close to getting to the girl's face, and I can't wait. So every week, and she posts on Sundays. So I don't get a lot of stitching done on Sundays, but pulling this out for 30 minutes on a Sunday is definitely doable. So also, if everyone posts, everyone's not going to post on the same day, but if 3 people post on the same day, I'm not going to do all of those projects. There will definitely be days where none of these people post a video. I'm going to write it down. I'll keep up with it, and I'm going to do it like as I can or as I feel like it. And also as a way to just not get burnt out and want to quit the game. Alrighty. And then next up, we have a Small Town Stitches, Leanne. And for Leanne, it was kind of a hard decision, I'm going to be honest, because me and Leanne are stitching a lot of the same projects, but I chose Building Dreams. And the reason I did is because this one feels really special. I started this one for my dad when he was going in for a heart transplant, and I started it the day of. And Leanne had already had this as a whip and had been stitching on it, but she pulled it out while my dad was going through his heart transplant to stitch on it with me and just kind of like be there for me. And that meant a lot to me. So here we go. This is where I'm at with this one. And Leanne posts about monthly right now, so this is probably not going to get a huge ton of progress through the game. But again, I'm still going to be stitching on it for other reasons. This isn't all the stitching I'm going to do. I'm still going to do other stitching. This is just kind of an on the side fun little thing to do. Alrighty, and then next up we have Sarah, the Stitchin' Mommy, and she's also playing this game, so you can play along with her as well if you go watch her videos. But for Sarah, I chose the Patchwork Quilt Room because she is also stitching it. This is the quick stitch version, and I believe she's also doing the quick stitch version, but she has cropped hers even more. So, and she also posts weekly, so this one will get a good bit of progress, which is good because it's one of my favorites. And yes, I do have favorites. Some people say you can't pick favorite projects. It's like picking a favorite child, but I have favorite projects. And my children each get their days of being my favorite as well. So you're all thinking it. Here we go. This one has a lot of progress. Once they start getting a lot of progress, they kind of become one of my favorites. So that's probably part of the reason it's like that. 1 second. Alrighty, and then next up we have Erica, Stitchy Reese Pieces. Erica is another person that I've become really good friends with just through being in the Flosstube community, and I'm so grateful for that. We have a lot in common as far as I think like our parenting style, and then just the stage of life we're in, and just life views and things. So, and I love watching her stitch because she stitches all these beautiful, snowy, wintry, gorgeous scenes where the artwork just makes me drool, but I could never in a million years stitch it because of all the light colors. So she's doing me a favor there, whether she knows it or not. And farm stand. I'm going to do my crop of farm stand because I sent her also a bunch of them and asked her to pick which one she wanted. And she picked between this one and one other one. I think it was Building Dreams. I'm not sure. But I went ahead and chose this one for her. Boop. And again, she doesn't post a whole lot, but this is one of my favorite projects. I stitch on this a lot anyways. I'm going to stitch on it a lot. So just getting some little extra stitches in here and there. And that's just going to be fun. And then we have one to go. Alrighty, and then the last one is Jordan, the Tattooed Stitcher. And Jordan's channel is so different from anyone else I watch. First of all, when I first got really into Flosstube, I found 2 Flosstubers that I watched religiously, and it was Jordan and Leanne, Small Town Stitches, were like the first channels I found. So Jordan is the only person on this list who doesn't stitch full coverage at all. And as a matter of fact, her stitching style is so different from mine. She stitches like samplers and reproduction samplers and things like that. And I don't stitch anything like that. But I love her channel. I do not miss an episode. She is so much fun to watch. I feel like she's just so sweet. I just love her personality. So if you're watching this for some reason, hey Jordan, I love you. I really do. I adore your channel. And then it's so funny because every time I watch her channel, when she gets to the part where she talks about TV shows, and she's like, I watched this, and this week. At least 50% or more of the shows she watched, I also watched that week, especially when they're like recent documentaries and stuff. And I'm like, our TVs are like connected. It's really crazy. But so for Jordan, I chose my only non full coverage project to work on. And this is Strong and Courageous by Sweet Wing Studio. I'm stitching it for my son, and it's been put away a while, and I'm excited to have an excuse to work on it. And she posts weekly, so I will get to work on it a good bit. And this is going to be my starting point. This is my third start on this one, so we're finally good. I think it's gorgeous on this red fabric, and I cannot wait until Jordan posts. Although she did just post, so I actually haven't even had time to watch her video yet. So I will be doing that today. I'm excited about that. I also need to finish Ebony's, and I'm pretty sure that I still have to finish part of one of Erica's because it got turned off while I was doing something with my kids, and I haven't picked it back up. So lots of Flosstube to watch today. Excited about all of these projects. So here we go. I'm going to get started on this. And you guys should definitely play along. If you don't want to play along, you can watch Dawn Marie do it. You can watch Stitch and Mommy do it. And I'm not sure of anyone else for sure yet that's doing it, but they'll be popping up for sure. So I'm going to get off of here, get this up and posted, and get some of my stitching done. Bye.